Hey sports fans, welcome back to the Foolish Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just doing a little recap here of National Recruiting Day, at least the early signing period, what seems to be now the main signing period. Used to be in February, now a couple years now, I think this is 2 years in a row. They've had the early signing period, and it's kind of like Christmas coming a week early. It's fun just like seeing who signed up, when they signed in, when they signed, it's just a lot of fun to keep track of that. Like last year, of course, the big present was when Daxton Hill signed up. You weren't not expecting it, thought he was switched to Alabama, and then watched, boom, he, signed on to Michigan instead. Like, woo, cool. So let's talk about this year, though, 2019. And for Michigan, it seemed like a kind of just a run-of-the-mill, a good class, but not outstanding. Like, if you're going to give out of 5 stars, I'd say 3.5 out of 5. They got some good linebackers, they got some good wide receivers. Definitely seems like a really quick group, really good 4.4 speeds, but they just seem to lack a little bit of height, right? No one over 6 foot out of the 3 of them they signed on. A.J. Henning probably being the best of the best in that class, in the Michigan's class as a wide receiver. And I think it's Blake Corum, certainly is a rising stock running back. He, last I saw, was like ranked number 8 running back in the country, and things have been going higher for him this fall. So you have good players, but, you don't have that stud guy like Hill or, Zach Charbonnet and all that, the guys who came in and just really did a great job for, making Michigan's class the best in the Big Ten last year. It's not going to be that this year, and nor should it be. I mean, when you get pasted by Ohio State, how can you expect to have the best class in the Big Ten? It's not happening. Now, the one thing this class really is lacking is defensive tackles. And, if you watch the Michigan fan boards, they lament how there's no big defensive tackles on this, in this class. There's nothing on the horizon, really. And, they point out how Ohio State just ran on us. Wisconsin just ran down the throat of Michigan without getting any stops. And honestly, I think that's what's going to happen with Alabama, too. But Michigan had no defensive tackle help, no recruits. And cornerback, they got one cornerback, but they're kind of really, really, really holding out hope that Green Warren, out of California, Darian Green Warren, they're really hoping he'll sign on. He's not officially signing until his All-Star game sometime in January, I think it is. When some of the late recruits still do their, signing. So, hoping that he does that, and maybe, if he gets that, maybe you bump this class up to a 4, but it's probably going to stay at a 3.5. A lot of speed, a lot of smaller players, a lot of players that could play in Don Brown's Viper position. I think there are about 4 of them that I was reading could fit into that. Again, I don't know these things. I just read on there and give my thoughts. So that'd be cool. It seems like Don Brown is sticking around. He didn't get the Boston College job. I haven't heard his name come up for anything else. So for better or for worse, it looks like Don Brown is going to be the defensive coordinator for a while at Michigan. So if you're Ohio State, you're like, woo! We can just keep torching that. If I am a Michigan fan, which I am, I'm like, okay, it's nice to have a top 10 defense, but we still got to try and figure out how to beat Ohio State. Moving off that. The rankings, ESPN has Michigan ranked as the 9th best class. Rivals has Michigan as the 10th best class. So, seems like about right. 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. I'm sure some more of these undeclared players, they'll bump up and down a little bit, but somewhere in the 10 to 15 range seems about right for Michigan. A good class, not a great class. Obviously, you have Clemson number 1, I think Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, Georgia's in the top 5. I don't know how Texas A&M is getting in the top 5. I think that's 2 years in a row where they've had super good classes. I don't know, it's not transferring to the field at all. But, hey, that is what it is. They're able to recruit really well in Texas, so good for them, I guess. What are your thoughts about this Michigan team, the Big Ten in general? Again, Ohio State's number 1, Michigan's Big Ten rankings. Michigan's number 2, Penn State was 3. I was surprised Wisconsin was in the 40 range, and maybe not surprising. Michigan State was above the 40s, higher than that, and or lower, I guess, how you want to look at it. Northwestern had a better recruiting class than Michigan State. I mean, what does that say about Mark D'Antonio and Michigan State? But it is what it is. I mean, again, these are just stars that the rivals and ESPN are looking at, and you still got to coach them up, and that's what the last part of the game. So, what are your thoughts about Michigan? What do you think about this class? Again, looks like a decent class, a good class, a lot of 4 stars, but nothing really like woohoo, nothing to really like get the face of the class. It's like just a lot of good players, no great player. Hey, appreciate you guys watching. As always, I like the subscribers. Thanks for those. They keep adding up, and I appreciate the comments. I try to respond as I can. Always like those too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time, and go Blue!